Hello, everyone. This is Charles again with smarterwaytoapply.com. And uh, here's another presentation on some of our thoughts on how we address the biggest issue we think going on in the automotive industry, and that is the technician shortage, right? And over here, Smarter Way to Apply, we fundamentally think that this is a hearts and minds problem, not necessarily a people's problem. I think there's we think that there's plenty of people out there, but that the trade, the work is not necessarily winning the hearts and minds of the next generation of people who will need to staff these bays. So, we feel like there may be a bit of rebranding needed in automotive technical trade. So let me walk you guys through my presentation here, and then, hey, tell me what you think if it makes sense. We'll start off here: the crisis, the billion-dollar talent deficit. 1 million job openings over the next 5 years. Approximately 1 million technician job openings expected over the next 5 years, driven largely by retirements and attrition. So people leaving the trade, and people retiring out of the trade. So a lot of this research was done by Tech Force Foundation and others, and that's what they say. They expect to see about 1 million bays opening, like technician jobs open over the next 5 years. The CEO of Ford just came out recently and said they have thousands of positions open for technicians, six-figure jobs, and thousands of positions that they cannot fill. Um, Here, we don't believe this is a skills or money problem. It's a perception problem. It's an identity gap on why it's hard to fill these positions. So it's a perfect storm, right? I believe over here, Smarter Way to Apply, or we believe that there's three converging forces. We got baby boomers retiring out of the industry. We got new technology like EV and the autonomous revolution, autonomous vehicles. And then there was over the last 30 years, there was an emphasis on college for all. There was this huge push that for young people to enter college and get a 4-year degree, right? The role, also the role of the automotive technician, the public perception has not evolved with the times. Vehicles are becoming software on wheels. Yet many still imagine grease stained workers in dim garages, right? That's how people envision the work of an automotive technician. 1985 versus 2025, the perception crisis. This is what we think this is the core of what we think is the problem, on how on why we're having problems recruiting new young talent into the industry. We have a 1985 image: oily overrags, wrenches in hands, cluttered shops, low tech fallback. That's how people thought of being an automotive technician or a mechanic back in those days, right? The 2025 reality, though, is the trade is full of digital diagnostic systems, digital diagnostics, calibrations, high voltage engineering, IT work plus hands on. Motor vehicles contain tens of millions of lines of code these days, rolling around on on these four wheels. Or so we have a 1985 image of this oily guy in overalls, a wrench in hand, low tech. And people felt like it was, if I can't make it to be an accountant, I can be I can work on cars. That's how people thought of the trade back then. But the reality is much different. It's a high tech industry, high tech trade. Yeah. So that goes right into my next slide here. Modern reality. Today's technician is more like a system engineer on wheels. Digital diagnostics, laptops connect to different and different systems on the car, and software updates are needed. And your local automotive technician deals with all that. System collaborations, fine tuning different parts of the vehicle, and if you have an EV, high voltage engineering, right? Dealing with battery, servicing battery issues and whatnot. This is not manual, minimal. This is not manual. Sorry, this is not just labor work. It's high tech, hands on engineering challenges that these people are facing every day. Automotive technicians, this is what they face every day. Many don't understand, young people coming up, right? Smarter way to apply. We're in the career fairs in high schools across Arizona. We try to participate, encourage young people into the trade, and many of them don't know the economic reality of of what the trade can offer them over a 4-year degree, the actual return on their investment, right? Education costs, right? If you're doing technical training, you're talking about five to $18,000 for your training costs. A 4-year degree will cost you 80 to $200,000, right? Time to earnings, time from when you earned your training certificate or your trade or your degree to the time you can begin earning actual money. That time for a technician is between 18 and 19. You're right away. As soon as they turn 18, they can become an apprentice and start earning money. A college grad, they don't start earning money based off their degree 4 years later until they're 22, 23 years old, right? Peak earning potential. A master technician can earn anywhere between 80,000 to over $100,000 a year, well over $100,000 a year, depending on what type of vehicles they're working on. The average liberal arts student is going to make 50,000 to 70,000 a year, right? A trade person can earn $200,000 during the same 4 years a friend of theirs spends paying for college. So a person entering the trade can earn $200,000 in the time that their friend entered their college, entered into college. That's powerful. This is the ROI of becoming a technician, right? This, that's a powerful that's a powerful bit of analysis there. Go to the next slide here. We believe the trade is AI resistant. What do I mean by that? Why technicians are future proof. While entry level white collar jobs face AI displacement, automotive work requires physical dexterity, on the spot problem solving, physical presence. This is stuff that AI is not yet good at, and it probably won't be good at for a long while, right? So there's a certain future proof to the trade to become an automotive technician that I don't think we're communicating out there to to the public properly. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Gen Z gets it. They're looking at the skilled trades as possible alternatives. They see the value of a hands-on work. But they're, all that. So Gen Z kind of gets it. There is a trend of Gen Z getting into the trades more. So what's the path forward? What we must communicate to start to encourage the next generation of technicians, of people we need to staff these bays into the industry. We need to communicate prestige, high tech system engineering, not just grease monkeys. Kids like playing video games these days, right? So you need to, and that's the reality of where the industry is going. So we need to communicate that properly, and I think that'll start to win some hearts and minds. The financial ROI, the return on their investment, is the superior economics with zero debt and early earnings. Like, that's a powerful message to communicate to kids. Hey, you could come into an automotive trade, and in 5 years or so, you can earn your way up to a master technician, and you can earn plus six-figure salaries. Um, that's a powerful message. That's a powerful message, right? Job security, highly resistant to automation and outsourcing. So that, the job security and job portability, like this, wherever in wherever in the world there is a vehicle, there's going to be a technician needed to fix that vehicle, right? Um, and communicating the mastery and autonomy, the true craft that Gen Z craves. What they crave is, they want to be masters of something, right? And being masters, that of something that means something to the economy, to the way people live their lives. And this is the reality, automotive technician. All of us rely on our vehicles. I don't think twice when I'm driving down the Arizona freeway at 80 miles an hour, right? I trust that the person that worked on my car has done a great job and enough to keep my car in safe condition where I'll be okay driving 80 miles an hour down the Arizona freeway, right? That's the power of what a technician does. We literally rely on them to keep us safe on these roads, right? We got to communicate that message, and I think we could start to win, hearts and minds of some of the youth, because that's what it is, right? There's nothing we can do to solve the problem right now. The technician shortage is going to be what it is right now. All we can do is start to make it better by figuring out how to encourage young people into the trade. How do we win their hearts and minds? And there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of competition out there, right? We're talking about, with other industries and other trades, right? But how do we in the automotive industry make being an automotive technician sexy again? I don't know. Well, that's it for me. I'll actually create a document that if you guys want, you can message me on LinkedIn and I'll send you an actual write up of this presentation. Please, if this makes any sense to you, like, here a smarter way to apply. We're just trying to solve the problem, right? We used to be focused on recruiting. These days, we're now like bullet focused on like the trades and promoting the trade for the next generation of automotive technicians. So we want to work with everybody, anybody that has ideas, or we can assist, or he can assist us in this mission. Until next time, it's Charles again with smarterwaytoapply.com. Talk to you guys later.